Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and to another installment of Murda's Camping Solo. In this episode I talk about being scared to do things, but doing them anyways. Almost always you'll find facing those fears worth the battle, so sit back, get your arts and your crafts out, and come on a little adventure with me. Hello everybody. I just wanted to come on and do a little intro for you guys. I'm going on my second solo ever camping trip, and after doing the one by myself a few weeks ago, I'm feeling pretty confident that I'm not forgetting anything and that I'll be okay. And I'm going to like a more populated campground than I went to last time. So, not as like isolated and scary. Like isolated is nice, especially when you're painting and doing art and you have like the world to yourself. But this will be like next to a busy lake, and a lot of spaces are like sold out. So it'll be pretty busy, but I'm bringing my bike with me this time, which will be quite an adventure because I don't have a bike rack. So I literally have to like take the front wheel off my electric bike and like get it in my car by myself, which is kind of heavy. And then I had to like pack all my stuff around the bike, but I made it work. A lot of my plans for like my Plein Air this week is going to be involving my bike. So I really wanted to make sure I was able to bring it with me. But anyways, sorry, little spiel about a bike. But I plan to do lots of Plein Air. I am going to do, again, a mix of watercolor and oil painting. Last time I got 3 oil paintings done in like the 2.5 days, 2-night stay that I did my camping trip last time. So my goal today is to do more than 3 oil paintings. I do have a few canvases here, like a 4x6 and a couple 5x7s that are already, I'm gonna call it primed with some acrylic paint. And then I just have a couple here that I want to throw some paint on. Then I'll just like let it dry while I finish packing up my car and stuff. But otherwise I'm packed and just gotta put my clothes in my bag and eat some breakfast, and then it's time to go. I'm very excited, and let's hope this trip goes really well. Get lots of painting done. Also, I am bringing my smaller pochade box again. My New Wave Yugo 6" by 8" pochade box. I just plan to work pretty small again. My last minute canvas prepping over here. This is an 8x10, and that's a 4" by 12" canvas, and then once again, the smaller ones that I already had prepped. So I don't need anything bigger than this to do those. So yeah, I do have my Strata easel as well, but I've been working pretty small the past couple times, so I'm using my small guy. So that's what I'll be bringing this time as well. Alright, I am packed. I have to stop by the post office to drop a couple things off for my husband. So the big box is extra, but everything else is in here. All my bedding, my painting bags, my bike. It all fit. Let's get up the mountain. All right, finally got all my sunscreen on. I'm all parked, and I first stop to a little picnic area. It's next to the lake here. I've been here before, but only just briefly, so I catch my breath. I've been here before, but like I said, me and my friend only spent 2 minutes here last time, and in that time I saw some cool trees, and there's a lot of shade here, good view of the lake, so I figured I would stop here first and see if there's something to paint. Got all my stuff, and yeah, let's get on with it. So far I'm liking this murky water situation that's going on here. I kind of like how it fades from this greens to the blues. Maybe with some of these rocks in view. If any of you guys watched my last video where I painted at the pond, that was kind of my first painting water experience. And that was also kind of a murky water look, and I had a lot of fun with it, so I feel like it'd be fun to attempt this with the texture of the rocks that are here. The only thing is that this whole area is in the sun, so I might see if I can perch up there in the shade and see what my view looks like from there. But it's a good first spot for painting. It's a big lake. So, I wanted to talk about one thing today about that's been on my mind is the idea of being scared to do something, anything, and doing it anyway. For example, talking on this camera right now scares me. I'm not necessarily alone where I'm at right now. I'm at like a picnic area, so there are people that I see here and there. And the idea of someone hearing me or seeing me talk to nobody intimidates me. But you know what? F it. I'm doing it anyways. But like what I wanted to say really, like I was thinking about my whole way as I was driving up here is like, I'm scared to do almost anything in life. I'm scared to leave my house. I'm scared to see people. I'm scared to interact with people. I'm scared to go to a workout class I haven't been to in a long time. Heck, I'm scared to go to a workout class that I have been going to for a long time. I'm almost always have some kind of anxiety doing anything, even just to get out of bed in the morning. But you know what? Just like most other people in this world, you get up and you take care of business. But what I am focusing on goes like way beyond that, is pursuing this sort of dream. If I want to pursue art like more full time, so in order to do art and get better at art, you have to do it. So, yes, I have a fear of coming out here, people seeing me paint. But I tell myself, am I going to become a better artist if I sit back and never go out or do anything or practice at this thing that I want to do? So that's my motivating factor when it comes to getting out and doing things, regardless of how scared I am to do it, is that generally I just want to. And so I have to pretty much shut that fear down and be like, it's just a fear. It's just like an automatic response that my body does to be scared of something and doubt that I can do something. So I just want to basically tell you all this because when I wanted to start doing plein air painting, and even as I'm doing plein air painting, I was scared to go outside and have people see me do art potentially. And that, I mean, I've been doing this for 5 or 6 months and that feeling doesn't go away. But anyone out there who's feeling the same way, just know you just have to get out there. You just have to do it. Because in the end, especially right now, I know I'm talking, but I'm enjoying this painting process. In the end, you never regret going out and doing that thing that you're scared of doing. And just say, F it. I'm going to do it regardless of my fears, of what I think people think of me, what I think of me. So, camping. This is also part of a 3-day camping trip by myself. Again, yes, it scares me to do that. But I think about the last time I went camping and how amazing it was. And like how exhilarating it was. And to just like be taken out of your home element and being put like into nature. Like I'm camping. I'm there for 3 days. It's like a dedicated time to just have my art to focus on. Like, yes, I brought a book. I brought some knitting. But generally, like, I'm out here. All my time is dedicated to painting. No other distractions. And it's like a liberating feeling. So, highly recommend getting out there and doing the thing that you're scared of doing and doing it anyways. That's my little TED Talk for today. I'm at my campsite and really loud gardener. It's okay. It's not peaceful time yet. I still got to get my bike out of the car, which I'm so nervous about. I just don't want to hurt the bike, and I just want to get the tire on correctly. So pray for me or wish me luck. Send me good vibes in the future. Okay, here we go. No neighbors yet. Hope it stays like this. It's a Wednesday, so hopefully no one wants to come till Friday when I leave. Okay, I'm gonna set my tent up under the tree because it's in the shade. So I'm still new to camping, so I don't know if putting a tent under a tree is like a bad idea, because like you'll hear things falling on it all night. Guess we'll find out. Everyone in the future, tell me, are you supposed to put a tent under a tree? Good idea, bad idea? Seems a good idea. Your girl needs to get in shape. We did it. We set up the tent for the first time. There it is. It's actually an 8-person tent. I borrowed my friend's 6-person tent last time, and she goes, you know, right now, the 8-person tent is the same price as a 6-person. And because I like shade, I got the big one because I was thinking if I happen to get a site sometime that doesn't have a lot of shade and I want to like sit down and chill, I could be in the tent. That's my thought anyway. If I need to be like hanging out in my tent, it'd be nice to have space. Also, if I have, I don't know, company, friends come with me sometime, it'd be nice to have room. So yeah, I don't really understand the welcome mat thing in the front. It seems really floppy. I could have put it on wrong. We'll see how it goes. If it's too annoying and flaps a lot, we'll just take it off. But we did it. We got the tire on the bike. We got the bike out of the car. And we got the tent up. And by we, I mean me. All right, so far 2 paintings done-ish. I did that little tiny watercolor in my sketchbook and the painting at the lake. And my next plan is to get officially settled in, and then I think I might take my bike somewhere and and do another oil painting. Maybe watercolor. Like I'll probably bring my little watercolor palette and sketchbook, but that's just kind of like if I feel the urge. I definitely want to do more oils this time, so that's the plan. As we know, the plan doesn't always plan out. Plan doesn't always pan out. But let's get to it. pretty tree, huh?
Yeah. Are you painting for the plein air contest?
Is there one?
There is one, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know. I just went camping and decided I'd paint every day.
Oh, yeah.
When and where is that?
You have to, it's at the
Go on.
pack. You have to look online and see. But
Yeah, you can look on
Like
the
in Big Bear?
city of Big Bear Lake, yeah.
Oh wow, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't seen other painters. And is it too early in the week?
Huh?
Is it too early in the week, maybe?
Oh, cool. It's a
Big Bear Lake
contest.
plein air competition. This September.
Oh, September.
Let's see. Hang on. Festival takes place annually. Event from September 15th to October 26th.
Oh, it's long.
Let me see. The competition period is artists can visit and paint between September 15th and October 15th. Yep.
In Big Bear City.
Big Bear Lake.
Big Bear Lake. I'm gonna look that up.
Around the lake. The actual event is at the Performing Arts Center on the west end.
Cool. I'll look into that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
It's dinner time. I'll make my food before it gets dark. So I'm making a sandwich, turkey sandwich with these delicious chips. I love these things. Sometimes I just eat that for a meal. All right, ice going strong. Let's eat. have enough stuff on. Okay. Well, day 2, I'm attempting to bring a stretch canvas with me. So I attached it to the front of my backpack, but of course once I actually paint on it, I will have to figure out how to hold it while riding my bicycle. So, wish me luck. We are heading out. It's a very gloomy day. I think it's kind of supposed to be like this all day, which is nice. It's nice and cool, but it's not great for like shadows and painting, but maybe we'll find something that doesn't even need shadows. Since I'm using another panoramic canvas like I did last time, if you watched my last like solo camping video, I'm probably gonna try to find a log because I liked painting like the long log on the panoramic canvas. So let's see what we get ourselves into today. So I just realized that I probably haven't like talked to you guys all day. I feel like I was just like so busy today. Between I did some like watercolor in the morning, and then I did my first bike ride to the first oil painting. And I was there for a while. I would say that's probably a couple hours, and then came back to my campsite. I had lunch, and then I went into town. There's something I wanted to buy there, and then I got some froyo while I was there. Then I came back, called my mom for her birthday, and then I went back out and did my second oil painting, and came back, showered, made dinner, looked through like all of my footage for the day, and now I'm here. So I've really had a second to stop and chat. But anyways, I just want to say that I'm really happy with today. Riding a bike while camping is like a game changer. Like, it is so fun because you can get farther and see things that you can't really see with a car, but not get so exhausted from having to walk. So it gives you like more options to get out there and paint and see more things that you can paint along the way. And the weather is awesome. Like, it was gloomy and the sun never came out, which for me is the best. It's not great for painting in the fact that there's not a lot of like light and shadow involved when there's no sun, but normally I have to like park myself under the shade, which kind of limits my view sometimes of like what I could paint. And with it being gloomy, I was able to like be out in the open and paint things without worrying about the sun for like an hour or two. So it was a really nice day. I'm pretty happy with my paintings. The first one, like the panoramic landscape, I still struggle with like water from like a distance. So I was happy with it, just wasn't sure how I feel about the water, but we learn, right? Got to keep practicing. The second one, the murky waters again, so I love that one. And overall, just had a great day watching birds, watching the little critters run around. And during my last painting, there was like fish, like giant fish that kept jumping out of the water. I wasn't able to capture it on my video, but it was cool. Like, being in nature sometimes is just refreshing and amazing, and you just like forget what you're missing out on when you hole yourself in your house all day. Anyways, do a little show around my tent here, and yeah, I'll chat with you guys in the morning. Tomorrow's going home day, so not much to do in the morning. Might do some watercolor, so we'll see. This is my new tent, by the way. Inside of it, there's lots of pockets here to put things, but one thing I have is my headlamp. Got this cool new little light up here that my husband bought me. It's cool, like magnetizes to things, and also has like a little clip so you can hang it. Lots of different settings. And all of my extra space. All my crap. Alright. See you guys in the morning. Oh my goodness. All right, back home. Wow, what a great trip. The only bad part of it is that this morning at like 5 a.m. I heard coyotes killing an animal, and that was traumatizing. And I couldn't go back to sleep after that, but 98% of the trip was amazing. Having that bike made such a difference. It was so fun riding the bike around the lake and just like feeling the wind in my face. Just a great feeling. I love the weather. I think the highest it got was like 72 on the first day. I wish I could have stayed one more day. I would have liked to do one more day, you know, like a little bit more paintings, but because it's Labor Day weekend, I was only able to book the 2 nights that I got. So I'm happy with what I got done. Let's do the tally. So for watercolor, I decided the way I tally that up is by pages in my sketchbook, or if I were to do like a pad of paper, then one piece of paper is a painting. But anyways, I did 2 pages, so I did like 1 spread. So that's 2 paintings in watercolor and then 4 oil paintings. So technically I did 6 paintings in the 2-ish days that I was up in the mountains. Overall, I'm really happy with what I got done. There's not much more to say. I had a great time. It was really peaceful, and like I said in the beginning, you know, I always start these sort of adventures scared, full of anxiety and doubt, self-doubt, but it, you know, like the high that I feel from it now is always how I feel after. You know, you feel accomplished, you feel like you got things done, you feel like with every painting you do, you get a little bit better. So I'm really happy, and I guess that's it. Wrapping up this trip, another one in the books. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all being here. It's really fun sharing these experiences with you. If you don't mind, just go ahead and click the subscribe button. That way you can see more future videos like this. I plan to be doing a lot more plein air in my future, and of course lots of studio work coming up because I'll be selling at markets soon. So I'm trying to build up my stock of paintings to put on display and sell. But yeah, subscribe if you want, like if you can. Every click helps my little baby channel grow, and I appreciate all the love and support. All right, until next time, bye.